All right, and the run has officially come to an end. After 24 seasons, the New England Patriots and head coach Bill Belichick have mutually agreed to part ways. What an incredible run. Everybody's given Bill his flowers, the greatest coach to ever do it. 6 Super Bowl wins, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 17 AFC East championships. Well, I mean, what more can we say about the guy? But the run has officially come to an end. Bill has been not great the last few seasons in New England. He's been 29-39 without Tom Brady, including 0-1 in the postseason. So only one playoff appearance in the last 4 years. It's been a bumpy ride. We kind of expected this to be coming, but after the last 24 hours, it's been insane. We lose Pete Carroll, we lose Nick Saban, and now the GOAT is officially gone. Look, everyone can rain on their praises. I'm more interested in what's next for Belichick. Belichick is a historian of the game. He's a student of the game. He'll talk to you about players from the 30s and 40s. He knows the history and he knows his place in it. He's just 14 wins away from Don Shula's all-time win record, and you bet your ass Belichick has his eyes on that record. But the real question is, where does Belichick go? What can he do? Now, some people have said retirement. Some people said TV. Like I said, no shot. He knows it. He wants that record. Now, do I think Bill would be good on TV? I think he'd be decent. You know, he's a little dry and funny, but if you watch that NFL 100 show, he was really good. Really unbelievably smart football guy. Has good little jokes and jabs there. But the question is, he still wants to coach. He's 71 years old. He is now the oldest. I mean, I guess he's technically not. He will be the oldest if Pete Carroll isn't coaching. He was the longest tenured head coach in the NFL. So what can we do? Where can he go? There are 25% of the teams in the NFL currently without a head coach, and that's what I'm focused on. There's a lot of openings and possibility for Bill, but let's just try and run this thing down here. So here are your teams without a head coach, not including the Patriots, obviously, because Patriots just let his ass go. So he ain't going to New England. He's not going to be a Patriot again, obviously. But let's just start with these teams. How about, Vegas, Carolina, Tennessee, Seattle? I think, bam, all these teams are out for various reasons. No shot with these teams. Now, some people have floated Vegas. No, they just fired Josh McDaniels. They're not bringing in Bill Belichick. Same thing with Tennessee. You just got rid of Mike Vrabel. What are you going to do with Bill Belichick? Like, come on, guys. Let's be real. Nobody wants to go in Carolina with deal that. Bill needs to win now. He's 14 wins away. He's going to be 72 years old heading into next season. And Saban talked about how the age kind of got to him, the grind. Now, the NFL grind is a lot different than the college grind. Seattle, getting rid of Pete Carroll. I imagine they're going to go youth. Now, the biggest thing you want to look at here is what are the best of these three options here? We got Washington, Atlanta, and LA. Now, Washington has been kind of the lead tie to him this entire speculation throughout the end of the season. Like, if Bill goes, you go to Washington, that could be the spot for him. But Washington doesn't seem to be interested. New owner, Josh Harris, they've been moving quickly. They're about to hire a GM, it looks like. And what does Bill want? Does Bill want player personnel control? I think he's going to have to give that up. I don't think anybody's really going to give that to him at this point in time. He was a disaster in New England the last few years. He's just got to coach games and he's got to win games. Now, Washington, they don't have a very good team, it feels like, and they don't have a quarterback. Now, they do hold the second pick in the draft, so that could be a tasty spot for him. You can draft your young quarterback, but I think Bill is not interested in this. He is not interested in having to develop a thing. We're looking at a team that could possibly go make a run next year, win 9-10 games, and then make it just 1 year away for him. So for that, I'm putting the Commanders out on this one. Now, how about the Falcons? This was kind of a late-breaking sleeper. Like, the Falcons have made it known they are very, very interested in Bill Belichick. They want him. Arthur Blank wants him. And why wouldn't you? After a guy beats you, comes back 28-3 in the Super Bowl, kind of want that guy as your head coach. Now, Atlanta has a good roster overall, I think. Completely utilized by Arthur Smith. 3 straight 7-10 seasons, but they don't have a quarterback. They do not have a quarterback, and they're not in a great position to go draft a quarterback. Now, could he go sign a free agent quarterback like Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, somebody like that, go splash some money around? They play in a pathetic division in the NFC South. Now, New Orleans finished the season good, and so did Tampa Bay. But those teams are not good. Atlanta, I think, is a legitimate shot. But what about the culture clash, man? Bill Belichick, old stodgy guy, Atlanta kind of a hot young city. I don't know about the culture clash there, but it would be really fun to watch. Falcons, I'm giving the Falcons a yes. That's a spot. They are currently the betting favorite in Las Vegas. Incredible. Out of nowhere, the Vegas. Here's the obvious one. The LA Chargers, a dysfunctional organization kind of always with the ownership, with the GM, with coaching, with everything. You have the quarterback. You have Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's a damn good quarterback, but this team is in salary cap hell. They're going to need a new GM to try and clear all this things up, clean the things up, get this team better. But the defense was the worst part of this team. Been atrocious. The defense is atrocious. Bill Belichick is a defensive wizard. New England had good defenses, team. The defense was not bad in New England. That was not the problem. It was all offense. So maybe you keep Kellen Moore. Maybe you get somebody young, hip, offensive guy who's going to maybe succeed Belichick if he takes over the Chargers. Now you're in the AFC West. Vegas on the up. Denver, Sean Payton, you think that's going to be on the up. And the Chiefs still have Andy Reid and they still have Patrick Mahomes. Even if Andy Reid retires, they're still going to have Patrick Mahomes. That's the best quarterback in the NFL. But wouldn't it be weird to look at Bill Belichick on the West Coast in shorts and sandals? Absolutely. Kind of a weird look, opposite of that East Coast look. He is an East Coast guy, but you know what? I'm thinking the Chargers, absolutely. You got to put the Chargers on the board. But what about the teams who are still in the playoffs? Maybe a letdown this season in the postseason could be opening up a job spot for them. How about them Cowboys? Let's talk about the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy, if they get bounced early this season, he's on the hot seat. 3 straight 12-win seasons. They now have the 2 seed this year. It is all lining up for them. If they don't make the NFC Championship game, it is a massive, massive, massive disappointment. And look, this is a great squad. You're probably going to lose defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. He might be going to Seattle. That could be the spot for him. So Bill can take over an elite defensive unit. The offense is good. That's not going to be hard to fix. And you can win a lot of games in that division. Philly's falling apart. Washington, the Giants. This feels like a really interesting spot. But you got to remember, Bill Parcells, Belichick's mentor, he worked with Jerry. He didn't like working with Jerry. Jerry can't work with these hard-nosed guys. It's not a match made in heaven. In fact, it's an abject disaster when he's working with these kind of coaches. Jerry likes to have control. Jerry likes to push overs. Now, Jerry could be getting desperate like Bill to get another Super Bowl, get those wins up. So there is a slight possibility, but I think it's just too much on it. I'm going to put the Cowboys out here with this one. No bueno for the Cowboys. Now, how about one of the other teams in the playoffs that if they got let down, this would be kind of bad for them? How about the Buffalo Bills? AFC East opponent. Bills have the 2 seed again. It feels like they've kind of been stuck in the mud with head coach Sean McDermott. They just can't really get it done. The defense is kind of whatever. You would have an awesome, absolutely awesome offense with Josh Allen. You can get that rolling. And then the defense, he can fix that defense. It's not a bad defense. It's banged up, but he's going to get them playing good. He has familiarity within the division, the AFC East. He can take care of business in that division and kind of stick it back to New England. This is a win now team. They've won the division 3 years straight. They're really set up for the future. I think absolutely Bills get bounced early. Don't hate that pick. I think this is a super good sleeper spot for him. Like I said, same division. He's kind of an East Coast guy, cold weather guy, and they're built to win now. He can roll off back-to-back 10-win seasons, 12-win seasons, and maybe go for a Super Bowl. And here's probably the biggest sleeper of them all, the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles falling apart. They start off 10-1. They finish 1-6 down the stretch. It's all falling apart. And what happens if they lose to Tampa Bay this weekend in the wild card round? Nick Sirianni looks like a bozo. He has all his nonsense off the fields, but everyone kind of excused that, that rah, rah, rah attitude because he was picking up dubs. But guess what? He loses his 2 coordinators, and his team's a train wreck. He kind of looks like just a fool out there. He doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know what he's doing. Now, they did have Matt Patricia take over the defense down the stretch, a Bill Belichick disciple, and it's kind of been awful, but Patricia's been terrible for the longest time. He's not Bill Belichick. This defense is what's falling apart. They have no secondary. This is Bill Belichick. He's probably the second best secondary coach, if not the best secondary coach ever in football. The other being Nick Saban. 2 defensive back guys. You can get that back end fixed up. You have a lot of young talent on the defensive line. That won't be a problem. He drafts super well with Howie Roseman. It's a really good setup. There's some stability there, not so much for the head coach, but from a front office and ownership standpoint, absolutely. And the offense is good. We can get this offense figured out. Jalen Hurts is a solid quarterback, but I think this blue-collar town, hardworking town, this is the kind of team that fits Bill Belichick's personality. Another East Coast guy, not the easiest division in the world with the Cowboys, and you'd be taking on the second best team in that division. But who knows how long the Cowboys are going to last? If Mike McCarthy's fired, Dan Quinn's gone, who knows what the Cowboys are going to look like? And for that reason, I absolutely think the Eagles could be the big-time sleeper for Bill Belichick. But all in all, it's going to be an incredible ride to watch. I'll be interested to see how this plays out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Where do you think Belichick's going to end up? Are you thinking he's going to retire? Where is he going to find those last 14 wins? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, help me out. Click that join button. You get access to exclusive content, early access to videos, badges, emojis, things to use for the live streams throughout the season. Help support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.